It's a beautiful day here in Green, Iowa. Just a couple days before the weekend, and we got 68-degree temperature today and all throughout the weekend. So I think me and Dalton might drive this 1968 Plymouth Sport Satellite Convertible home and load up the kids and the family and cruise around in it this weekend. What do you think, Dalton?
I think that's a good idea.
We just got this car back in on trade. I bought this car about 7 years ago, sold it to a really good customer of mine from Charles City. He's bought approximately 10 cars over the last 8-9 years from us. He just traded this back in on a Model A street rod. So he drove and enjoyed this the last 7 years, Dalton.
And it wasn't hard to get it back from him. I mean, it was hard to get it back from him. He did not want to let it go. He loved taking it for drives and putting the top down, and the next guy's going to love it just as much.
I seen this car going down Interstate 218 so much with Wally in it, going back and forth when I was going back and forth from work to home, and he'd be coming back from Waterloo. So it's a car that you can jump right in and drive and enjoy. It runs and idles just beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Dalton's going to go ahead and open the hood here. As he's doing that, I'm going to go over here and just talk about the tires. Wally put brand new BFG Red Line tires, and they are radials, on its original Magnum style rims. Jason polished the rims out. They're older rims, but he polished them out really nice. And the wheel and tire combination really looks nice on this Sport Satellite.
I love the red line. Yeah, love the red line. I mean, it goes perfect with the car.
And I'm really glad he went ahead and went with the radial versus the bias ply. The engine compartment, I have to confess, did not look this nice when it came in here. Wally lives on about 1/8 of a mile of gravel. So unfortunately, it had a lot of dust under the engine bay, trunk compartment. Jason literally spent like 2.5–3 hours on the undercarriage, blowing out and power washing all the frame rails, everything on this car. Did a great job, and it's really ready and clean and ready to go to your garage. So
hats off to Jason, because my jaw dropped when I saw this car. I wasn't here yesterday, Chad pitched it. I saw it on the website and my jaw dropped.
Yeah,
wow.
The engine compartment, it just, when it came in, I mean, there was just a light coat of dust and grime all over on the engine compartment, and I'll tell you what, this paint on the engine compartment appears to be original, and it still looks awesome.
Another thing that you're going to notice just by popping the hood, air conditioning unit. This was a factory air car. It's all there. Stuff the air's all there. Belt's even on it. Just doesn't work right now. But yeah, little 318 runs and drives fantastic, and then we'll showcase that to you when we get in and take it for a spin.
Good. It does have power steering. It does not have power brakes, but the engine compartment is 100% clean, nice. The engine, it looks to me like it's obviously, the engine's been painted blue and once orange, but it runs so good. I left it in there. I didn't detail it as far as anything else goes. We power washed it, shined it up, and that's how we're going to sell it. The bottom side of the hood, jam paint and stuff, all looks great. And if you go in the trunk, you'll be able to see that on our website, coyoteclassics.com.
That's all original as well. Yeah,
the bottom of the trunk's all jammed and painted. The trunk floor is painted. It's got a mat, the original spares in there, jack, everything. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start here at this front. Front bumper appears to be all original.
Impressive for all original, if I might add. I mean, it's got your little micro scratches and things you'd expect, but really in great shape.
Look at the grill, Dalton.
I know, beautiful.
The grill is in fantastic shape, guys. You can see the black just a little bit on the top of the grill. The paint's just a little worn on that, but there's no spots that are busted or chipped or cracked that I can see anywhere. As far as our gap goes on the hood, this driver's side line is absolutely perfect. You couldn't get it any better than that, and it lines up nice and flush. I'm guessing, Dalton, this paint job was done in the late 80s or 90s. It's got a ton of like little metal flake.
Yeah, it literally looking at this car, looks like you're staring at a gold brick. I mean, when you look in here,
exactly,
just looks like a bunch of little flakes of gold. It's probably one of the most beautiful paint jobs I've seen as far as color.
And when he says beautiful paint job,
it's an older paint job. It's not a show quality paint job, but the color is absolutely beautiful and goes perfect with the car.
It does, and I definitely agree with that. And it's a nice straight car, guys.
Very straight.
And if you go to our website again, I'm gonna go check out this undercarriage. Now, we didn't paint the undercarriage black. We didn't re-undercoat it. It appears to me that it's factory undercoat, and you can still see the original gold paint underneath the undercoat where Jason had power washed it really clean. Super solid. I did not see any patches. I did not see any rust damage anywhere on the undercarriage. So buy it with confidence. It's a really solid car. We chose not to undercoat it again. We left a factory undercoat. If somebody wants to paint it black under there, go ahead. But we like showing our customers exactly what they are. We do have a few chips. There's one here on the hood, and there's one right above the Plymouth, right there. Other than that, we have a little tighter gap on the passenger side than we do on the driver, but still, it's the same exact width from front to back, and it lines up absolutely perfect across the top of the hood to the fender, Dalton.
These Satellites are beautiful cars.
At first, I didn't know about this color, but after Jason got the light dust off of it and we buffed it, it looks awesome.
It's not even the same car.
No, it looks fantastic, guys. There's a Sport Satellite emblem. We got the little Mopar insignia there in the parking light. It does have the wheel well trim and the rocker molding, and all that stuff really looks to be in great original condition. As far as the fender goes, our paint on the fender is great. We have no bubbles or blisters down in the lower front fender, and that corner of that door is perfect. Check out our gap, even gap all the way across from the top and bottom of that fender, and it really lines up really nicely here to the top of the fender to the door. And then again here, where the top of the door meets that cowl, it lines up perfect there as well. We have a tiny little bullseye, a little rock chip over here on the very passenger side of the windshield.
Looks like the neighbor boy got it with a BB gun.
Well, it could be. Otherwise, the rest of the windshield's great. There's no wiper marks or nothing like that on it. Another thing, focus here on the top of the dash panel. I mean, even that's all original. A lot of times these bust out. They're just little plastic bezels right there. These are in great shape, and so is the paint on the dash.
What kind of blew me away on this car is how nice the original interior and stuff is, and how well it drives.
Yeah.
I mean, when you drive this car, I mean, you're not going home without it.
No, we'll get to the interior in just a little bit, Dalton, but as we go here, again, we have a really nice door gap here, door lineup. Right here at the bottom, it's just got that little aftermarket chrome protector there for the door edge guard. As far as our door handle, that's in great shape too. The bottom corner of the door matches up to the line, bottom of the quarter really well. Again, no bubbles in the door, nothing on the rear quarter panel all the way in front, over the wheel, and behind the wheel. Another thing, look at the undercarriage photos. The rear quarter extensions, the rear drop downs, and the rear trunk floor on the side, all that stuff was power washed, and you can see the original gold there as well. So very solid, very original, not patched up, guys. This is a car that if you buy it from us at Coyote Classics, you're really gonna love it. I mean, it's just a great, classify this as a beautiful local car show quality car, parade ready car, you know, car cruise ready car.
I can almost guarantee it's the only one in town.
There's just, you don't see Roadrunner convertibles, you don't see satellite convertibles, and you sure don't see the Sport Satellite convertibles, because they were the upgraded version with the wood grain on the dash, which we'll point out. They had the bucket seats. This one's got the bucket seats with the buddy seat.
Yeah.
There's just not many of them.
There's kind of a common thing I've noticed with this car in particular, a lot of options on it that are pretty rare. Air conditioning, convertible top, buddy seat.
Yeah, it's a super sweet car. All right, so as we're gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna give you kind of just a little side view here of the quarter panel. Very, very nice straight car. Paint, there's not a lot of chips, there's not bubbles and blisters in it. There is a little orange peel, some little oxidation, little stuff like that, guys, to where it's, you can see that was painted in the 90s. It still has an awesome shine. But I think if a guy took just a little bit of time, Dalton, and maybe did just a little bit of wet sand and buff on the sides to get rid of just that little tiny little orange peel texture, could even be nicer if you want.
Yeah, I mean, because the paint's, the color's beautiful, the metallic's beautiful.
Dual exhaust, another thing, you know, it depends on what you want to do. The dual exhaust sounds great on this car, but as you look at the undercarriage photos, the pipes are older. It's probably done again in the 90s. The pipes have got some surface rust, obviously, in the pipes, and but they sound good. It doesn't sound like it's got any exhaust leak.
Still a great sound. I'll drive it up.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, D, will you? Those glass packs sound really nice. Good. It also idled down nice there, D.
Yeah, it did.
So our back bumper is probably probably the low parts of the car, really. I mean, it's got a great shine from 10 foot away, but if you get up close, there's a couple little tiny little scrape dings here, a couple more little scratches at the very top. It's not something that has to be replaced by any means, but it's got a few little chips here. Oh, one thing, Wally told me this. So he checked and got a hold of this Dave Johnson in Wichita. This is where this car was sold brand new.
Really?
He got a hold of him. He wanted to get one of their factory, what did he want from them? Maybe one of their newer little stickers that go in the back of the car. So
sure.
he called them, and they're still in business.
Really?
Yep, they're still in business, so that's really awesome.
That's really cool.
Look how nice this trunk lid and stuff fits too. This chrome lines up really, really nicely across here. And just the quality of the chrome and the applique all the way across is really good, Dalton.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice.
Trunk lid, awesome, awesome shine, just like the top of the hood. Lines up beautiful, perfect. As I rub my hand all the way across here, it lines up absolutely perfect. It does not stick up an ounce.
We did a great job buffing that out. I mean, feel how smooth that paint is.
That's really sharp, guys. Out in the sun. Out in the sun. I noticed some little paint imperfections in the trunk. Inside, you can see just a little, there, you can see it. Maybe just, you see I'm talking just like a little, how it gets solvent pop, you can't feel it, but just inside the paint. But out in the sun, you can't even see it.
No.
I mean, out in the sun, the car looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, sun hits it just right. It looks like you're driving a gold brick.
Gold brick, all right. As far as the lower quarter panel is perfect down here. It looks like right here, guys, it looks like something got just scratched just a little bit on the metallic. You can see maybe somebody wet sanded right there and didn't get it buffed out quite correctly. Right on that lip. Other than that, over the wheel well is excellent. Up here in the top of the quarter is perfect. I mean, there's no bubbles or blisters. We have one tiny little paint chip right here above that body line. Right here, guys. So I did find one tiny little blemish. You can see it right there by my finger. Super, super small.
Feeling the back though behind that.
It's no big deal.
It's real solid.
I just want to point that out. There's one more just like it. Right here, guys. And we got to remember, this paint is 20, 30 years old, and this car still looks like this. Bottom of the front fender's mint. As far as our body line all the way across down here is excellent. Lines up again really nice here on the top of the fender, the top of the door. I didn't get passenger side. We'll go ahead around here and check out our door panel. Now we can talk about the interior, Dalton. Corner of the door is absolutely perfect. There's no body filler, no nothing. It's never had any work done to it whatsoever.
How's the bottom side of the door look?
Well, it's a little shadowed, but the guys on the video will be able to see it better than I do. Yeah, really nice. All painted black on the bottom of the door. Perfect. Door panel is 100% original. You can see that because of the, look at the, we say this about a lot of the cars. I mentioned this about the 71 too. On these original door panels, the only thing that really needs to be replaced on these is go to one of the parts houses here, and we can get a new one of these bezels, which they really clean it up.
Yeah,
you know,
we get questions all the time about where do you order parts for these old cars?
Classic Industries is the best for Mopars.
Yeah, yep. I mean, they remanufacture all kinds of parts.
Yep, and this would be very inexpensive, but it's something the next owner can do and just have a little something to do yourself. The rest of the door panel, it's excellent. You can tell, Dalton, that this original black paint here, as you can see where it's just rubbed thin right here where your arm has hung out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of
cool. Then just along down here, it's got a few little micro scratches down on the bottom. Door jamb, inner corner of the doors are great shape. Rubber here has been replaced during restoration. Window felts are the good ones, okay? Top boot fits good. It's a black vinyl convertible top. Power top works perfect. We're gonna go ahead and leave it down for today. As far as our back door panels go, they're in excellent shape too, but they have a few little scuffs. And this one armrest has a small crack in it, all original. Here's our wood grain. And I might be wrong, guys, but I'm pretty sure the Sport Satellite is where it gave you this wood grain on the dash and the wood grain on the door panels. Sure. Okay. And there again, Sport Satellite right there. The dash applique looks absolutely amazing.
Applique.
You like that word?
Yeah, it's a good word.
All right. But right here in this corner, we glued this 7 years ago before Wally bought it. Had that little chip in there. Still looks great. But look at the rest of it, guys. The gauges are crystal clear. 114,073 mile car.
Looks like new gauges almost.
It does, but they're 100% original. All this on these Mopars, guys, they just get beat up. Look how clean this is.
Yeah.
Like I said, it didn't look this nice until Jason really detailed the heck out of it.
Look at the carpet too, guys. I mean, just really nice.
Carpet is original, guys, 100%, and it was getting really faded when it came in. So what we did to it, and it still is a little faded, but what we did is Jason went ahead and shampooed the whole carpet to get every vacuum shampooed, and then we re-dyed the vinyl dyed on the carpet to where it looks black and almost new again, but it is the original carpet. And so if you feel it a little bit, you can see the loop is getting a little bad on it. There's the ashtray. Inside the glove box has the original owner's manual. Okay. And the inside of the glove box is perfect, guys. So we'll go ahead and put that back. And looks like, what else do we got there? As far as the seats go, it's got the bucket seats with the buddy seat in the middle. So if you want the bucket seat feel, go ahead and take that out, the buddy seat. Otherwise, we have seat belts for the third person in front and both retractables for the front and 3 in the back. So 6 passenger seat belts, back seat, back door panels. Guys, for an interior that's original, this car is awesome.
Yeah, it is. I mean, for the whole car, it's original. This car is awesome. I mean,
right. That's where we're coming up with the Survivor. Yeah, it's been repainted, but truly this is a Survivor condition car. Inside door jamb area here is also excellent. Bottom of the doors in fantastic shape. Again, this chrome here should be replaced, but other than that, the door panel's in great shape. There is a lot of little scratches from getting in and out in the black paint down below and where your arm would sit here as well. But we're gonna let that be as original. If somebody wants to repaint that, go ahead. Here's another thing, Dalton, that the chrome and stainless is great. Yeah. A lot of times this is all heavily pitted here on these wing windows, but this almost looks like brand freaking new still.
Yeah, it does. I mean, look at the sun bouncing off it in my eyes. Yeah, it's...
So that all looks really nice. The cord here all the way in the driver's seat, and the seats are very soft and plush as well. Door jamb area. I can't remember if I showed you the bottom of the door.
Chad and I were kind of talking to, our goal with our videos is just to make sure that if we were the one buying a car, this is exactly what we'd want to see. I mean, we'd want to know everything. We want to feel like we're standing there looking at it. We were kind of talking the other day too. It's funny because in these videos, we really show a lot more of the car than most people see when they come and look in person.
People come and look in person, take it for a quick drive, they look around it, and literally most people spend about 5 minutes with the car.
Yeah.
Our videos are 15 to 20 minutes long.
Sometimes.
And two of us are going around it, picking things apart.
Yeah. So when we want our customers to know absolutely everything about the car that they're interested in before they go ahead and make that
and we honestly, Dalton, we know everyone's expectation is different. So we try to take that expectation to where it's not my word and your word, it's just visual. So you really can see everything, because we want all our customers happy.
100%.
We're still selling a product, we're selling an old product, but we want everyone happy. And that's our bottom line, and we know we can't make everyone happy, but we really do our best, you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so
horn works.
The horn works. As far as our wipers go,
wipers work great.
2-speed, and they both work.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the radio even works, because I thought I had it going
the
the other
light
day.
turns on in the radio. I do know that, Dalton.
Okay, maybe it don't work, but original radio looks
and
great.
The light lights up. Here's what we're talking about. The air conditioning is all 100%, the belts on it and stuff, but these are just kind of sticky, guys. So what's gonna have to happen, the temperature works fine, and the fan works, okay? So the heater, fan, and stuff works, all right?
So it might, I mean, to get the rest of that stuff working, you probably have to...
just lube this stuff up, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's all it needs, but...
it definitely needs that, though.
Right, so. But the heater, fan does work, okay?
Absolutely.
The gas gauge works, we're over a half tank, alternator gauge, and temperature gauge are all working. This will have an oil pressure light, all right? Other than that, all factory gauges work.
I don't know if you mentioned the mileage of 114,000 original miles. I mean, by looking by the car, you can tell it was babied for about 114,000 miles.
Yeah. Wally sure didn't hurt it. I should look and see how many, and we'll have to do that later, but just to see how many miles were on it when Wally bought it seven years ago, because I know he drove it a lot.
Yeah, he did. He did. I mean, this was one of his, Wally's got probably 4 or 5 cars, but this is the one he drove.
Well, yeah, it's an awesome car. The convertible top. Yeah, look at the dash. I just love this car. Also, we didn't talk about the dash pad. Dash pad is original. It's 100% perfect. There's not a crack on the dash pad.
Wow.
Here's our brakes, Dalton.
I know, it does not have power brakes, but I noticed when I drove it too, it drives and stops awesome.
It does. Pull out for this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Shows how much faith we have in this car. It ain't gonna quit on us.
Look at that. She even chirps the tires a little bit too. Wow.
Granny shift's fantastic.
Yeah, it does. I mean, just like smooth
Look at
as
this.
butter.
Now we're gonna go over this bridge, and it's windy here. Here we go.
Look at that. No hands. Oh, he's got his hands up, out the top, guys. Car's still
Kick
going
down
straight.
works.
Kick down. I know. What really impressed me with this car
That was
is how
75 mile an hour right there.
Wow. You got your hands out the top.
318 two barrel.
Yeah, and it
Kick down.
Yeah, really
Passing gear up to 70.
horn's working. Oh gosh, beautiful, beautiful sports satellite, guys. If you want to relive a childhood memory or just have a nice weekend cruiser, I mean, this is a great car for anyone looking for a classic they can jump in, drive, and not have to worry about.